So welcome to Rand Squawk's EU morning briefing for Tuesday, 9th of June 2009. At the moment, the FTSE CAC and DAX off to a positive start. We're up over 1%, having headed through 8:30 now in London. Just taking a look, a few positive pieces. Obviously, yesterday we saw the deadline in terms of those bank plans to be submitted to the Treasury in regards to the stress test results that were a few weeks back. In particular, the Wall Street Journal, they're painting a bit more colour and providing a bit of optimism. The Treasury Department expects an initial payback from the nation's largest banks of at least $50 billion in bailout funds, according to people familiar with the matter. That's almost double the amount the government initially expected to recoup, and in addition, the Treasury officials are expected to announce today that up to 9 of the biggest banks have approval now to repay TARP funds. I'd like to add as well, after market close yesterday, saw Texas Instruments come out and surprise the markets. They boosted their forecasts for both Q2 EPS and revenues, and that's had knock-on repercussions for the tech stocks here in Europe, with the likes of ST Micro in the CAC and Infineon in the DAX trading higher at the moment. Indeed, tech stocks are the second biggest on a sectoral basis in Europe at the moment. Elsewhere as well, some other positive pieces coming out, in particular out of the Australian markets. Australian business confidence boosted or posted its biggest jump since 2001, while job advertisements fell at their slowest pace in 13 months in May. The Aussie has traded higher across the board this morning. Predominantly low, it's been dollar weakness that's moved most of the major pairs. We have seen cable moving up towards the 162 handle this morning. A couple of positive pieces there coming out on the data front from the UK. On the housing market, RICS house price balance for May came out at minus 44.1%. Analysts were actually looking for a contraction of some 52%, so actually slightly better than people were looking for. And according to RICS, UK housing market is showing signs of stabilisation as house prices fell at their slowest annual pace in almost 1.5 years. That allied as well to completed sales hitting a 9-month high. Furthermore, obviously a lot of political ongoing turmoil within the Labour Party, still taking very much centre stage. Front page of the FT, though, says that Brown is fighting off rebels. That's as party heavyweights rallied behind him after some of the recent beating that he's taken, especially the election results we saw in the European and local elections yesterday. And elsewhere, with the dollar index also under a bit of pressure this morning with some short-term optimism in the markets, we are seeing WTI crude futures extending gains there, and that is lifting the oil and gas stocks across Europe and the UK at the moment. Taking a look elsewhere in terms of other news flow, just to be aware of on the global front, some comments out of the World Bank. Zolik says that China may diversify its currency reserves over time. Says it's not clear where demand will come from for global recovery. It sees no need to build additional stimulus into the economy for now. The World Bank also says that China economy is going to surprise to the upside. Just taking a look elsewhere, just one other stock story I'd just like to point your attention to is for Barclays. Obviously a lot of weekend speculation in regards to them talking to BlackRock, the money manager in the US. Latest developments from the FT saying that BlackRock seems poised to tie up that acquisition in the region of $12 to $13 billion worth as soon as tomorrow. So looking ahead then, at the calendar for today, no major 130s from the US. We're going to be looking at wholesale inventories and IBD tips later on today. And this morning in Europe, just quite a bit of supply to come in, so that could well see some weight into Bund futures preceding that. We'll see both Dutch and Austrian auctions this morning, combining it in a range of around 4 to 4.5 billion euros worth coming onto the market.